one dose solves any problem.
Alright, little DK, let's get this on. You make sure the stream is all ready to go. Ah, looking good. Give me something new. We'll get it at some point, Jiminy. We'll get it at some point. So I've already played Cagehead, I've already played Mograine. I haven't played Stitchensew in a while, so maybe this is something we can try. But let's take a look at the buckets. Cagehead is the whole deathrattle synergy. We got Yodel, Moshpit, and Deathgrowl. Stitchensew is also some deathrattle synergies. You have Deathgrowl and Yodel, and then Silk Stitching. And then Mograine is the triple blood control with Soul Stealer, Vampiric, and Corpse Explosion. I think I'm gonna go with a little Stitchensew, guys, because I've played Cagehead this meta, I've played Mograine. I mean, I played all three of these in a past meta, because they're not new this meta. But in this meta, I've played Mograine, I've played Cagehead, but I haven't played Stitchensew this meta yet. So I'm gonna just try a little bit of a new one here, relatively speaking, anyway. Ah, delightful, a delightful message. Thank you for the support, MegoFace. Thank you for the resub. Cheers to you. Welcome in. Just in time. Hello, Parody. Alright, just pick up a little curve. Little one. These kind of ones are really good for Deathgrowl purposes as well. Bam, Shadows, love the double unholy, easy peasy, sorted, done so. So now, we want to figure out whether we want to go double unholy 1 blood or double unholy 1 frost. I think right now, frost is interesting. Frost has AoE, draw, and also things like Cryo Frozen Champion, which really help your Deathgrowl value. If this card here on the left sucked, I would probably just go Fistful. However, I honestly feel like draw is important AF in Death Knight. And Baron works with Yodel, Deathgrowl, etc. So I'm gonna pick it up. Another one. Keychain's good. Another Deathgrowl. I don't really want to lean into Herald, especially with double unholy, so I can't pick up the other Herald. I think Deathgrowl fits, right? We have Baron, we have Stitchensew, hopefully pick up a few others. Bam, easy Shadows. This deck is already cooking. Like, geez, it's cooking. It's slow, Major. It's basically a Death Knight Discover, right? Which is what makes it solid, but in general, it's slow. So Fistful is a really good card, and Fistful locks blood, though. Raptor Herald. Raptor Herald has some high rolls. Dread Raptor, Husk, Ursoc, Nightmare, Blightfang, but mostly mid. Think we take a buck. It's not exactly premium in this deck yet, but with 2 Deathgrowls in, we're looking for stuff that would synergize with Deathgrowl that would also make buck premium, so I think we pick it up. It's also an okay too. Astrobiologist over these two, especially since Banshee logs blood, easy Rite of Atrocity, and now we have the choice. I think we take the AoE. Pretty solid. Lux Frost. I don't really need Vrykil, I think, right now. We've already got 2 1s. AoE and Psych is pretty solid. Wow. Do you ever take Dread Raptor? There's no way, right? This is the most Shadows I've ever drafted. If I click Shadows, as in I've had a double Shadows deck before, but I've never had a triple Shadows deck before. Yeah, just the third one straight up. That's alright, Eps. Life is life, my man. I appreciate you being here nonetheless. Yeah, good. It's my first third Shadows deck, but can't complain at all. 3 Shadows is insanely lucky. Think of the thumbnail. Alright, let's hit it. Blackwing Experiment is interesting. Cool Ghoul is fine. Blackwing Experiment is interesting with Deathgrowl, with Buccaneer, with Yodeler. It might be something I pick up. I kind of need a 2 as well, right? Cultist Security, interesting. So Cultist is one of the reasons I go Frost, and may actually be the pickup here. That being said, my deck has double Deathgrowl, Buccaneer, and Yodeler, which makes Travel Security insane. Usually I get 0 or 1 Major, but I have gotten 2 in the past, never 3 Major. So the thing is this, though. As much as Travel Security fits the deck archetype, it doesn't fit my curve because I have 3 Shadows. What am I gonna do on 6? Play Shadows. It may honestly be a Cultist angle. You ever play Travel on 6? Well, sure, but you also don't want a hand that's like Shadows, Shadows, Travel Security, you know? Think I take Cultist just to help me survive. Would I rather do on 6 than Shadows or than Travel Security? Did you see my high roll, Lana? Anzu, Rogue, Lana, hello, Mega Basic. I have 3 shadows halfway through the deck, dude. Oh, yeah, agreed. Yeah, let's take a cultist. If I can survive the shadows, we can death growl our Stitchensew or our Baron. We can death growl our Baron to draw shadows. We can also death growl Silk Stitching or Blackwing Experiment, right? Ew, maybe just curve. Is there a nav? Is there a point where you don't take it? Hello, person. No? Hey, I said, if you saw my Discord announcement, I said 12 wins and a dose bonus today. Sure, let's go for it. For it is. Blackwing Experiment? Dreadhound. Oh, but we take Dreadhound Handler. I think Dreadhound Handler is a buck target. It also helps me Death Growl. I don't have to Death Growl it, but I can Death Growl Baron onto the 1/1, right? I think now I might take Travel Security. Yeah, let's do it. This is trolling, chat. This is trolling. This has to be trolling. This has to be trolling. It has to be trolling at this point. That's what I'm scared of, Lana. What if my opening hand is 5 shadows and I lose? Shadows into shadows into shadows. What do I do on turn 3, 4, and 5? What do I do in the meantime? Oh, I've locked Rune on my legendary pick and still never gotten more than 2 Ionian. This is comical levels of odds for hitting shadows for the thumbnail. Yo, Rogue, thank you for the 150, man. Alright. I need mid game though, man. I can't take a Travel Security. In fact, I should Command Claw probably. Right? Mortician. Chef is really good with Death Growl and Yodel, actually. Death Growl again? Maybe it's too much now, though. Maybe another Command Claw instead of a 3rd Death Growl, right? Death Growl is good. Not really on Blackwing Experiment early game. It's probably good on Baron, on Chef, on Stitchensew, and then on Travel Security. I think we go Command Claw again. I don't think I won Revenant, but what the hell are these, right? My deck is... You ever actually take a Scorpid, chat? Like, be real. I'm being serious. Do you ever actually take a Scorpid? Or do you have different skins? What skins say? Probably 100%. My deck is just too clunky. Portrait, just buy them. Buy them and equip them. Yeah, if you set them all as favorite, the game picks a random one. For the run. Once it's picked for the run, it can't change. Yes. So basically, every time I pick one up, I set it as favorite valid. So all of my portraits are on favorite. Every time a run starts, the game picks a random one, and then I play with that one for the run. Next run, the game picks a random one. I think I'm actually picking Scorpid. Maybe an Archaeologist for the mid game.
Darien Mograine versus Gul'dan.
Mine is the only way. The time for battle draws nigh.
I actually think I chuck the shadows, chat. Hey, back. Hello, Sage. Thank you for the watch streak. Thank you for your energy. I don't usually chuck shadows, but I think in this one I do. Don't know why I feel the urge to say this, but on my morning commute to work, or when I'm about to work from home, I leave you up for most of the day and it's relaxing. That's lovely. I'm glad it helps you relax. So like, this is a random coin, this is a random card back, this is a random pet skin. The coin, card back, and pet skin can change per game. So next game I could have a different pet, a different coin, and different card back. But the character portrait only changes per deck. So this won't change until I start a new arena, and it will be random again. For me anyway. Most people pick the one they like the most, but I like putting all of them. I'm not gonna spend money on aesthetics. I already look pretty wailed out and for not spending money, so I'll take it. To be fair, Blizzard gifted me this though. I kind of want to keep the coin. I don't really want to be trading per se.
I must consider.
Feed my children.
We'll do a buck handler next turn. I'll pre-hit. I understand I could have buffed this specifically, but I kind of want to buff this for the extra damage, and also because of the way they trade.
Twilight falls upon us. That's an upgrade. Probably.
Okay.
Eyes on the horizon.
I think I'm gonna do some trading. Semi-protects this, right? So now we've got most of our deck that we should draw now, right? Yeah? Ooh, that's good. Oh my god, I didn't. I actually don't have an exact kill here. I can Remorseless Dragon Breath, maybe that's the line. Still? Still? It's crazy, crazy, Grasshopper. That is actually correct, yes. I need to go 12 with this deck. This is gonna be, this is gonna be 5 Shadows of Yesterday! No freaking way! There we go. Rush Poison. Well, all I need really is a Rush. It's actually alright though. Yeah, it's crazy. This is the kind of deck where most people will just never even draft. Heck, I thought I would never even draft it. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Send me the deck if someone asks, honestly. I mean...
Lost to time.
We want sticky now. That's the opposite of sticky. Sticky is Divine Shield and Reborn, basically. Reborn, Reborn, Reborn. Seems good. Much better. Technically, you're meant to get 2 Divine Shield or Reborn in each roll, right? So if I got 0, I should get 4 now, right, Lana? I mean, buddy.
His gaze is ever upon you.
Yo, look at that! The dose synergy.
Wither away.
Okay.
Lost to time.
Yeah, I'm actually curious about one thing.
Lost to time. Lost to time.
I want to know, like, what kind of stuff is in the pool. This is actually super good. This is actually super good as well.
Frozen in time, bound.
Gonna be your mom. 3, 4, maybe. So I am actually genuinely glad I picked up Cultist instead of Security and Scorpid instead of that Elemental. The most important thing for me is to just make sure I'm in a strong enough position to hit shadows. I'm not actually mulliganing for shadows in this deck. I'm mulliganing for making sure I get to shadows. Shadows should naturally come, right? Which is a little bit of a difference to what I normally do. Plus, I actually go AoE pre-swing. I just need something on 4 to fill the gap.
Change is coming.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now I have a 4-1 to contest, so even if I falter on 4, we should be alright. 5, and that's 5. 5. Okay. So at worst, I can already hero power Silk Stitching, then Stitch Shadows. Okay. Not really a fan of hero power Silk Stitching, so I do hope I draw something. Just literally anything. Anything that I can drop on the board, I mean. It is Vault. So you know when they do the buffs when cards revert to wild? Believe it or not, Stitchensew is actually moved to wild now. Yep, that's... yeah, so this is the buff because of going to wild. Or, I think this used to be a 5-mana 5/4, was nerfed and then was reverted. Some cards were buffed, some cards were reverted, basically. This could freeze me. It's probably just a rite of atrocity. I could swing face, but I let them kill it. Oh, this is just a buff, not a reversion. Okay. Do I get the corpse before? I do. Yeah, I think it's like giving it reborn, I know. Oh baby, is that just straight up better? Probably not.
Alone, we are weak. Stitched together, we are strong.
Draw? Most stats. Most stats and best effect. So they're gonna put up the Sunken Saber. But it's going to be the turn post Shadows, so the turn of my Patchwork or my Death Growl. Saving this 1/1 is a little important, so I play the 5/4 to the right, so that when the Shadows happen, this will be between minion and something else. I could have actually swung to save the Reborn on it, but I was thinking I could do that this turn. Yes, that's why I didn't do this. So Death Growl comes with Stitchensew. Oh my god. Wow, okay. Wow, okay, bud. This is well worth it. Sticky, sticky, sticky poison. 5 Bretzers. Just, I don't know, keep playing and one day you'll get there. I guess, I mean, nothing else to it, really and truly.
The courage of man shall fail.
For the heading.
To ash.
They already have 1 minion in hand. Oof, oof. So this is Shatter, Coin, Shatter. Oh, 1 other minion and another Funhouse. I have to remember they have Funhouse, yeah? When 8, Zeppu. Shatter again. Okay. So coin, mix, shatter, draw. I have to end this game. Should be able to this turn, but I have to end it. Who cares about cleave? This should be far right. You're probably right, Major. Yeah, there's a leaf here. You like it, cereal? Glad to hear.
Darian Mogreen versus Valera.
Okay, rogue is fast. Fast is not good.
The time
First,
for battle draws
Chef
nigh.
Death Growl. I don't even know if I want to keep Death Growl. It is the combo with Chef, but only if they don't pop Chef. When's the last time you played, Veltaya? Yeah, I think finding a strong curve piece like a Dreadhound Handler or a 1 is more important. I would have rather had Death Growl instead of security, but here's a 1. Well then. 2. A while. I mean, the thing is this, right? You have to remember something like Stitchensew not only moved to wild, but is actually the oldest set to move into wild. So it's so long ago. And sometimes, well, it's like mind-blowing. So Command Claw gives me the kill. So does this. But I actually think Death Growl is just better. I understand I have travel security, Death Growl, but I want power now, not later, now. What will I say about Clash of Clans? Nothing?
I will transcend this world.
Plus on 6 I want to play Shadows, right? Or win the game.
Trust no one, not even me.
Hey, do you want to buy a funnel
Did he?
cake?
Death Growl on this.
Darian Mograine versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! The time for battle draws nigh.
1. Do you keep Silk? I want to keep Baron and Cultist, I think. I mean, I expect or think about Yodel or Death Growl on it, pandas. When someone's playing DK, it's a big swing. No Cultist. Yes, Silk. Silk gets better later. Silk is like what AoE, consumption, generation with corpses. Let's try this. 1 coin 3. I would normally not keep Baron, but again, in this deck, I have to be careful mulliganing too much because it will likely hit Shadows as well. Death Growl. But Death Growl doesn't work, right? It doesn't Death Growl itself before it dies because it's died to give you the trigger, right? Hey, Demon! Good. Honestly, Whelp and Keychain, more so Keychain, are like the most important things to hit in this deck. We actually do, Marco.
Sweet sister, I am working.
We can coin 6s, right? And we're getting the dose bonus. Say favorite class in order to play. I don't really have a favorite class. My favorite class is usually just something I haven't done often. Like, it's not really a class. For me, a class doesn't impact me. It's the deck I'm playing. I've played all 11 classes too much. Maybe you had both? Major. I remember you had the full combo, but maybe you Death Growled and you Silk Stitching, for example, because then I can imagine the infinite. Like, you can't just Silk Stitching Death Growl and then it will infinitely trigger. You have to Death Growl the Silk Stitching Death Growl. I think I go time stop. Board tempo feels better.
Twice as hot, twice as fast.
Yeah, maybe I misunderstood you, sorry. Like, I can't just silk stitching this with a death growl. I have to silk stitching it with death growl, then death growl it. And then they would always have 4/4 Nerubian into death growl into 4/4 Nerubian, and then each one would summon a full board of 4/4s. Because one triggers one, then the other dies, and it triggers one, and the other dies. And they always fill board and then trigger, fill board, then trigger. I guess position dependent, it might only trigger half, but either way. One more awkward turn time stuff.
Oh no!
Interesting. I'm not sure I like that from them. I guess yodel safety. I need to keep coin. I need to coin shadows. So what's my follower? Trade time stop 1/1. I don't want to go time stop coin 3. Coin shadows is my comeback. So I guess 1/1. Start with this in case I get a better 3. No corpse spend. This one's probably way better. I hate picking this here, but it's just the better one. We'll stall the board. I just need to contest the board so I can start ripping these. And hoping to draw yet another one. Elemental or dragon? We have these dragons, right? The black wings.
Brace yourself for destruction.
That's it. Man, I still don't feel like we've caught up properly. That being said, we are going second versus a solid warrior, right?
For war.
Just part of why we're falling behind here for sure. Wind Fury on this is actually big. I mean, they're probably worth... Because this is huge. The most ever. I think my most ever before this deck was 2, actually. I think I've drafted 2 twice. But 5 is next level. Yeah, I feel like 0 to 1 is normal. Which is why 5 is next level. It's like comically good, you know? It's like comically good. As expected. We want sticky now though. This is not what I want. Rogaldinho, thank you for the resub. Acceptable. Right, and now whilst they're dealing with this, we just start generating and drawing, right?
Your blood for the sire.
That's not good enough. They have to take 9 damage to kill these 2.
Make them bleed.
I guess they can hold.
The citadel stands
Fancy
strong.
weapon. Yeah, this should be in the middle. The age-old bug. Charge husk. Double battle cry eulogizer. Just take the farmhand. Yeah, nobody can see the weapon, guys. Don't worry. It's there though. It's a 5/7. Can you see the attack now? Not even John Cena. No, John Cena. The weapon can't see John Cena. See? But John Cena can't see the weapon either.
Blood for the sire.
5/3.
Bleed.
damage do we have? This hits, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Lost to time.
My ball is killing it!
Headshot.
Tyrion Mograine versus the Lich King.
Yeah, I like it, Cronin. I like it.
The time has come for your reign to end.
I think we can chuck this just to look for support, but 1, 2, 3 is basically the best 2 cards I want in my opener. I mean, I like the structure of Underground Arena, Cronin. Obviously, some metas are good, some metas are rough, you know, but... Interesting. Is a discover better than a single draw? A discover of a class that might not be DK though. Probably because it comes as a 2-2 as well, right? There's gonna be really good decks though, just go back. I mean, the good deck, because of the redraft on Lost, yes, the decks get better, but this meta specifically is also extremely strong, so the decks are going to be extremely good for sure, yeah. But decks have more fighting chance.
Change is coming.
It's very much like a fistful kind of moment. Seems like a discover fiesta. I mean, discover is a skill, and I would say that that's just Hearthstone nowadays. Yeah, exactly, Major though, for sure. Play this to the left really quickly so it doesn't look like we're planning something.
Go twice as fast.
I think that's the pros and cons, Major, of curated. I actually do, Shoko. I actually genuinely do.
Shouted from the mountaintop!
Ease up.
I trade because of the value. What's wrong with that? What? What's wrong with that? People have this idea that if you have a card that synergizes with other cards, you have to maximum greed it or it's a bad play. What if the good play is to make sure you don't fall behind on 1, even though you might lose 1/1 of stats 3 turns later? So what are you choosing? The chance to hit a Morbid Swarm or -1/-1 Dormant 3? Do you know what I mean? Like when you see it that way, it's like... Obviously they whiffed, so you're gonna say kick W, but if they hit Morbid Swarm, their play 100 million times better. Sounds like the dream every DK has. Yeah, this is quite a high round, not gonna lie. Like for example, if they hit Morbid Swarm, I wouldn't have this board. So they lose 1/1, but I lose a 4/4, a 4/4, and a 4/4. And my Yodeler doesn't become a good play. The difference is just phenomenal, right? At that point.
You're like it!
No, that's not right.
No, you hate. When's the last time you've played, Cronin? Dark Gift has some scammy interaction for sure. But in general, it adds another layer to the game. 2 years ago. Yeah, Dark Gift is going to be absolutely overwhelming in that scenario then. This isn't too bad. 2 sticky, 1 Wind Fury, 1 nothing basically. I don't want Taunt is the thing. I think I
Must consider.
risk a rewind. Swings too much. Remember, you are coming to the game with a 2-year-old mentality though. That's way, way better. Super high roll. I like Dark Gift. I don't like certain very, very niche outcomes of it, but in general, I think it's an interesting mechanic. No, this is way better, Shako, way better, right? That was irrelevant. That was a mistake from them for sure. Okay, we have to kill them quickly, but that was a mistake. This always... Oh no, no it doesn't, right? Blood Boy is 2 damage, not 2 health. Never mind, ignore me. Death Growl. I won't lie, I think there's barely any skill gap in Discover. I mean, most people think there's literally no skill gap in Hearthstone, as the same players seem to always be better.
Lost to time. Lost to time. Lost to time. Lost to time.
If I send this face 8,
Be swift.
5, 4.
Lost to time.
Yeah, but it's also when parody, like, oh look, person used Blood Boil on 1, Kek W misplay. And then my answer is, well, it's a good play. If you use it wrongly, but are rewarded through luck, that is not skill, and the majority of times you will end up with a worse outcome. If that makes sense. Right? The more you use it at the correct time for the correct reasons, the more often you hit the correct and better thing. The issue is, like I said, that there is some things that are so lucky that they nullify the punish of doing the play wrongly. And it makes the person think that they're playing it correctly, but what actually happened is they got really lucky. Sometimes that's the way it goes. These are my 2s. Yeah, for sure, parody. Rocky won this. Would just argue that the luck factor in Swing of Games feels worse than the opportunity of skill gap. Feels worse? I mean, I'm not gonna guarantee it feels worse. It 100% it feels worse. Actually, I'm gonna agree with you. Why? Because if you haven't gained the skill to become a better player, then the skill gap you are quote-unquote missing is not something you will feel worse for, because you're missing it, i.e. you don't know about it. Whereas the bad luck, you do know about it. So the argument there is, there's something you pretend doesn't exist because you can't comprehend exists, so you don't feel bad about it, versus the thing you know is luck, you're gonna feel bad about. What usually happens is, the more you don't take the skill gap opportunity, the more you think it comes down to luck, even though it doesn't necessarily do so. If I chef, they can kill it, which is annoying, but I think we still take that play.
Twice as hot, you go twice as fast.
Would just argue that the luck factor and the swing of games feels worse than the opportunity of skill gap. Sorry, that's how I understand it. Maybe I'm missing something. I can yodel this, but that means they're gonna roll another holy spell. It's probably still worth it. The other option is remorseless trade. I mean, we're just discussing the impact of how luck feels versus how the skill gap feels to me. But for example, what you just said is wrong, but many people think is true. I think it's a core issue of scapegoating in Hearthstone.
Shout it from the mountaintop!
Hey, Contrast, by the way.
Be swift.
Enough!
It would suck, Jiminy, but... Holy crap.
Sorry, Gleesoko. I am working.
Alright. Well, OP. Yeah, but again, like that right there, insane lucky hit, for example. But this right here also quite lucky. You gotta play around the things you can most in the best way you can. Like, my play still presented the largest swing. I could have gone all out trying to kill the 3-4, but instead of forcing them to present a situation that gets them back while still giving me the initiative of shadows, I would have spent all of my turn dealing with the initiative that they still then retain and get back on 5, so it becomes a misplay, right? This is quite a high roll shadows, yeah. I mean, almost as high roll as 2 mana killer 16/16 on turn 5, right? I mean, you're gonna see some of the best shadows ever in this run. Why? Because there's so many opportunities for shadows. Interesting. That's a very, very common thing, Chestnut. Very common. I know this is gonna sound really dumb. Play to win, not to not lose. Sometimes I make a play. I'm not sure actually, Matty. I don't think so. Sometimes, Chestnut, at the very end of a game, I'm in a position where I die 90% of times. And I make a play that means I will still die 90% of times. But if I don't, I win next turn. And people tell me, no, take the play, this other play. At least you don't die. And I go, okay. And how do I win next turn? They go, you don't. Then you figure it out next turn. I go, but then I'm always dead next turn. And they go, yes. So why do you die less to always die next turn if you could die a little more but win next turn if you don't?
Calling for reinforcements.
That is a very common situation, believe it or not. Very common situation. There was a game where I top decked it on 6 for sure, Matty, but I think that's it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Good morning, Seb. Now, someone could take Cage Head and then high roll a situation which it wins the game. They go, told you it was right.
Versus Valera.
The dream must be protected.
The time for battle draws nigh.
So, Keychain is the literal best card in my opener. It's a 1 and a 2. So we could go 3 and then we have 5, 6. But honestly, with coin, not even sure I want Stitch. The question is, do I keep a single shadows? I don't even know if I do. I could even chuck Baron, try to find an even better 3s. Sunwell, Chef. I actually think we do this. Because I have Keychain, I can risk a little more. It's actually a worse hand. Well, this is the bane of the deck, right? This right here is the bane of the deck. Interesting. So Infested Breath is by far the better card. I think I fixed my curve though. Creature, yeah, the issue with Creature is my 2 is way worse. Way worse, right? Creature could genuinely be a worse play than Infested Breath Hero Power. This card is just not good enough anymore in general, but in this situation, I'll take it. Please, please, please. Sure. It's fine. Hey, thanks for the watch streak, Sev. Yeah, Sev? Good. Just like me then. Hello? Just need something for 4, right? I think if I'm taking Crypt Map, it's to play it on 4 to find Time Stop, so it's never a Crypt Map. It's one of these two. The good thing about Time Stop is it lets me kill this 2/3 and freeze their other 2 minions, so that on 5 I can coin shadows. I think I take it over the breath. We're in a position where I don't think the first shadows gets me ahead. So I think we have to coin shadows get ahead, and then... I have good decks, I can't do 1, 6, 7 wins. I'm getting anchors, I think we're unlucky. Then I watch people like Dose Jets. I see they have so many wins, makes me it's my mistake. Could be a mix of a little bit of everything, right? So with you absolutely could be getting unlucky, right? Typically, until you average, I want to say 6 wins, you could be improving. Probably even if I say 7, by the way, but I'll say 6.
I must consider.
Because you could be low rolling for quite an extended period of time. So this could deal 3 to myself, but will always freeze my opponent. And it will likely deal 3 to myself because I'm going to be ahead.
I wonder.
So this is why I took Time Stop, right? Like, I actually spoke about it a few turns ago. Sure, they have Eliza, sure they have this 4-1. And what? By the time they contest board, I'm ripping shadows. I have to watch out yodeling this, because I will take 9 damage, right? If I yodel this. Wait, actually, does Blooddraw still hurt me? It does, right? Yeah, so I can't re-yodel this, because I'll take 9 damage. Well, I can, but it's not that good. This season's a video, I think none. 12-0, I think none. Okay, come on. One of theirs. In this situation... Oh, I took Blooddraw, not Time Stop. Whoops, never mind. Oh, it doesn't hurt, actually. You're right. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I wasn't sure. You know, it is Hearthstone in the end.
I wonder.
I do have a rush. It's not good enough, I feel. I do have a Wind Fury Elusive and a Divine Shield Poison. This goes into here. Like, it could be better, but it could absolutely be worse. I'll keep this. We're gonna do this. Right, because they can dagger this and then 4-1 here, then kill this, but I still have a poison to contest their 6 whilst I play the next one. Morning vegan. I'm actually not sure these shadows are winning right now. As in, what I mean is I don't think they're gonna close the game. They are the winning play, but I don't think they're gonna close the game. It's really good. To be fair, they were likely to hit a few things they wanted.
They haven't raised the alarm. Too soon. Remain silent and unsaid.
Yeah, but I'm quite behind because I'm going second, right, Tigris? But like I said, it's still the better play. This has to be really good. No rush to value trade here, but sticky ton. I mean, obviously I can picture better situations, you know, like if this had Rush instead of Reborn, you bonk, and then this had Ton Divine Shield instead of Elusive. That gives them the kill here. So this trade swing here, 6 dome.
100% real fake gold.
So they had 2 minions. This is one of them. One other minion. Yeah, my third one's going to swing the game for sure. This is why Shadows is just so strong. The target on my face is huge because this 6-3 now doesn't want to go face, right? Like, they probably leave it in stealth even. They could try to kill the poison to protect their 5-6. Or they swing and push 6, swing and leave it still. Yeah, this is why I like the Divine Shield Poison. So we're going 6-1, this trade 3 dome. I kind of want taunts now, basically. Let's see what's in this. This is basically free. I think you take it, don't play it though. Nothing to really attack into. I'm not gonna waste it here. Well, yeah, but to do what? To make this a 5-1 and then still run the poison into it feels irrelevant. This is... They are taunts, but they're kind of not really a good enough one here. I don't really care that much about taunts. Sticky is more important. Like 1 taunt, 2 sticky ones is even better. And that's full sticky. Right, sticky, 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 sticky. Divine Shield, Reborn, Reborn. That's like everything I wanted. Minus a taunt. Yeah. Agreed, Colonel, agreed, sorry. Just making sure I was clear, that's it. Like, this is almost as good as I wanted, right? One of these with taunt, like if this had taunt instead of lifesteal, it would have been literally perfect, so I'll take this. 5, Brenta. And then, well, if I had 2 shadows and I drew both of them, I think I lose this game. Well, lose. I think the shadows would not be the contention of the game. Super high roll, Cappy. Super. I had 3 by pick 15, and that was already more than I had ever drafted by pick 15. Time to think about lethals. I was gonna set up a Yodel, and maybe I still do. Maybe that's still the play, you know? Because their saving grace is playing an 8-8 lifesteal, and honestly, they still lose because of my Divine Shield, but I can always Morbid Swarm my own 3-1 and go 3-6-9 face, so I don't even need to interact with their board. Yeah, I understand I have travel security incoming, doesn't matter. I want to kill them irrelevantly, right? They full clear somehow through some magical storm, bam, dead. No board, so well, I could have played Shadows for 3, right, if I wanted. Sap Dragon. If they play Sap Dragon, I would redo the same play.
Darian Mograine versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury.
The time for battle draws nigh.
Man, mulling away shadows feels so crazy. It like actually feels so crazy. Hey, happy Wednesday, Vitalis. ¿Dónde está el café? El café en la playa.
You want to buy a funnel cake?
Hey, TGA Vitalis. Hey, R. Myers.
Twice as hard to go twice as fast.
Yeah, exactly, Shui. Agreed. But it feels weird because it feels so counterintuitive to what you would normally expect to do, right? Yeah, La Playa is the beach and biblioteca, right? Or whatever is the library. But how do you say at? Like El Café at La Playa. En. El Café en a La Playa. After a friendly minion dies, shuffle a 1-cost copy of it into your deck. Hey Alice, thank you for the follow. So I could Buccaneer and Blackwing. I think I'd rather Dragon Breath this and then Hero Power or Astra. I think it's Astra. They take 3 and also get that dumb card in their deck. I hope this deck goes 12. I also can't wait for the YouTube comments. Spends run talking about skill, drafts 5 shadows. Literally 0 skill game. Always luck. That's only reason Hearthstone is winning now. No wonder dead game, said the guy watching the 12-win run on YouTube. Oh, this run is super lucky. I haven't actually been offered a Kazaku. Sorry, I've been offered a Kazaku-san against something new this meta, but I haven't been offered a Kazaku-san otherwise, Jigo. I haven't played Kazaku-san this meta. Not drafted, sorry, not drafted. I have discovered it and played it. I have to be careful, by the way, because if I don't kill this before this, they get a double Thoribelor, which is why I made this play. Well, hucksters and swashes and all of these things, all they need is a torch. So I want to kill this 1-3 more than the 4-1, which is why I played the leech rather than anything else. Otherwise, they purposely kill off their Thoribelor. The leech kills that one, but not this one.
Swiftly.
Okay. One rush. There's a rush. Is this good enough? Hitting a rush is very, 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 very important for me. This is not a very good shadows, but I think hitting a rush is so important that I actually keep it.
Lost to time.
It's the difference between them rolling double Thoribelor if they get really lucky and not. Yash. Wait, so I expect them to potentially get back ahead here. We got 2 after this to highroll, exactly, Egress. That's exactly. Oops, then play shadows. This to me is a great result. To me, they spent too many resources dealing with it.
A grave mistake.
Now we go sticky. Divine Shield Taunt with triple Wind Fury behind it, including a Reborn. Worth. I usually look for more sticky, because I don't really care about Wind Fury Poison. But with a Divine Shield Taunt protecting Wind Furies, worth. Super worth. Protect from creep. I do, yes. I actually do. I had 3 shadows, which is more. I think the most I've drafted is 2. I had 3 shadows by pick 15, yes. I think it was like pick 3, pick 6, and pick 12, something like that. Pick 14, maybe, I don't know. And then I got another one on like pick 20, I think, and it was comical at that point. And yet another one. I said this is comical at this point. First I said I was lucky, and then I said it was comical at that point. How you can become better player facing deck like yours?
Smart moves. I can
Well, becoming a better player is not about one game. There's still all the other games, right? I play games in which I can't win at all. Like I say, this game was absolutely unwinnable. I still made better plays in that game, and I still lost it. How do I become a better player? By thinking what I could have done better, realizing that sometimes it doesn't matter, and moving to the next game. So this is actually kind of interesting. Going second, I do not like Blackwing Experiment because they usually play a freaking swash or something. Maybe I need to mulligan aggressively for like ones and stuff, but man, if I whiff. Thing is, sometimes I say maybe I need to, I'm gonna do this. Sometimes I say maybe I need to coin 3s to fix my curve. No, I need to coin shadows, right? That's better, that's better.
Just what are you up to?
Another format to AoE on 4, forcing myself to play it. Pilot. Why? If I play a 3 onto their 2-3, it dies. And I play a 3-3 into their 3-4, it dies, and they have a 3-1. Then what? I spend 4 mana killing a 3-1. For board control, I want better minions. Not an AoE I have forced myself to play. Right? Because what's the likelihood of my draws? The likelihood of my draws are shadow. So you can't say, oh, you'll play the other cards you draw. If your expectations are you're going to play the other cards you draw, then why did you keep it? If your expectations that you're going to play it, no, it doesn't feel like it works. You never have to justify, enjoy this run. People think way too fast, this is an auto 12. Oh, nothing is auto 12, man. I could see this deck going 0. I could see this deck going 0. I'm gonna say it straight up. It would be crazy, and this deck goes 12 more times than it goes 0. Coin borrow is strong, but isn't coining shadows better? What a 0 mana 4/3 next turn, and then trust in your deck to give you shadows. I think every deck has odds to go every score nowadays. I think this deck is more likely to go 12 than it is to go 0, but it's probably way more likely to go 8, 9.
The dead never rest.
It's not that unlikely to end up with an awkward hand, especially if you don't know how to mulligan.
Feed my children.
Oh look, shadows, yeah, as expected. I am tempted to cultist and delay shadows, but they can't yet scam me with Lieutenant, right? They can't, because an Uberak isn't playable, so what can they do? An extra Herald? F's given none at that point, right?
Be swift.
They can play the draw. Yeah, but then they don't have... Oh, then they get to an Uberax, but they have to spend 4, right? Yes. Would you pick Rogue or Mage if you had to choose? For winning, it's probably Mage. Let's spend 8 mana to get them both out. I just don't want them to have 2 Uberax, like now, basically. Yeah, -2 for them. Actually, I hadn't seen this get Dark Gift. Actually pretty good. And this is why we kept the coin and made a slightly worse play. This is worth it. The reason being I can do this. 1, 2. I think you still take this trade. Now they're gonna do bonk bonk. Yeah, I take that hit so that they can't kill this Wind Fury, but again, I'm gonna need this Shadows to catch up. The Divine Shield Wind Fury copy was actually very good for them. Very good. Face! Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I see. So they that's for 4 Herald. 5 Heralds. That's 5 Heralds straight up. Okay. Well, face, so they can pick up another 2 of them. So this gives them a 4/1, which gives them a 4/4, which gives them 4 mana. I don't so expect it. But this is the thing. This isn't expected. This is a good player high rolling. Why do I say that? Because the Maniacal Follow The Maniacal Follower was randomly discovered from Creature of Madness with the best Star gift. The Kraken was randomly discovered from Raptor Herald with the best Star gift. Yes, so this isn't expected. This is a high roll from someone that knows what they're doing. Oh, for sure, Mariam. But it's irrelevant to what's happening here, right? Is what I mean. Now I find Sticky. It's sticky, but I have 2 rush and I hate rush. It's probably good enough though, unfortunately. It's like just good enough, I feel. It's like the Divine Shield is what I want, but the rush elusive rush is not what I want. And the poison here is irrelevant. Poison elusive is irrelevant. So this is the completely irrelevant one. And then this is good Divine Shield, but bad elusive rush. It's like just on the border of almost good enough, it feels. The poison is irrelevant, Largos. This 2/2 just kills it. I did, of course, Irene. You would reroll. It feels like it's borderline on average there. Really? No. I disagree. This one is completely irrelevant, so literally hitting anything on it is better. This one, Reborn or Divine Shield on it again is better. This one, same. This one, same. So odds are that this is the same, this is the same, this is the same, and this is better. Remember, rolling Divine Shield or Reborn is the same, like, the same odds, right? Well, it is in the sense that rush is then the worst that comes with it, right? So it's at minimum identical. Right, Lifesteal Poison. These are all Lifesteal Poison Reborn are all better than rush. I can 4 AoE. Sure, that's worth it though. I have to double trade, but I think it is, right? Lifesteal's mech. Yeah, it's just better than rush, I think.
Lightboard is killing it!
Lost to time. Lost to time.
I guess I could have done this and dealt 2 to this, right? Or not.
Lost to time. Lost to time.
You're right, I could have dealt 2 to this, so a misplay. Like, this is the kind of thing, like, that's a misplay. Guaranteed a misplay. Rewarded, in that it didn't matter, but it was a misplay, right? They hit some really good dark gifts so far. Nightmare Fuel, Creature of Madness, and Raptor Herald. My deck wasn't so primo, would be struggling. Blackwing Passiola should get it done. Depends. Remember that they have a lot of free mana now. 4 mana, 2 mana, 4 mana, 2 mana, right? These are all free now. So if I play Blackwing Experiment and Death Growl, for example, and then Hero Power, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can hit Handler. It's weird because do I really want 12 damage from Dragon's Breath? It's quite a lot. I wanna kill this more, man. I think killing this is more important. Plus spread. The issue with that header is that, first of all, I can't clear their board, which means I take 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage when I'm at 22, which means if they have 3 damage, I die because of Crusader Aura. Secondly, I end up with a hand where I can deal 12 damage and they are 20. You have to still the 2-2 when you had a chance. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, A Divine Shield Wind Fury is not really what I expect, but irrelevantly, like this is a case of my opponent went first and high rolled 4 times whilst playing well. They're not playing badly, but they just giga high rolled so much mana cheat. It happens. It's okay. Like 0 mana Crusaders Aura into taking my Stitchensew and giving it taunt, into 0 mana Demonic Dynamics, into Chowdown, etc. True, Germany, true. But what I got is Shadows of Yesterday earlier. I think it's just game, right? Really to them. I think it was less to do about their deck in this case, is why I think it's lucky, right? Some mid-game cards that we can absolutely improve. We redraft. I don't want any of these cards. I don't think more shadows is better. I think changing these cards is basically better, like Dwarven, Scorpid, for better curve pieces, right? It's where what the deck's lacking, essentially. I don't really want any of these. Talonji's last stand. Talonji's last stand post shadows. I mean, it's Talonji's if anything, I think here, but we'll think about it. One Maker is actually pretty good. It's slow though, pretty good. It's too much of a tech card, Barlol. I want to try to win, not to stop someone winning by having a dead card in hand for 99% of games, making it harder for me to win, just so that if they happen to combo because I've played slowly, because I have a dead card in hand, I can counter it. At that point, they probably death growled and I've lost anyway, right? Yeah, it's not a reason to draft it. That's a reason to make the card slightly better if you're drafting it anyway. But drafting it specifically and solely for that reason is a misplay in my opinion. I think it's one if anything, but I'm not sure we draft it. Cool Ghoul instead of Scorpid. That seems like a solid change. Sticky as well. It's too greedy, guys. I need to get there and easily Cultist. So this goes in, this goes in. These two are maybes, so I think Scorpid goes out. I don't want to change this part of my deck, guys. Actually, maybe I want to change Travel Security. Maybe Travel goes. Travel for Talonjis, that's an actual thing I can do. I don't need Travel Security, right? I'd rather have a Talonjis to finish post Shadows. I have Stitchensew for the Yodel combos if I want. But Yodel is there for Blackwing, Yodel's there for Stitchensew, Yodel's there for Baron maybe. Zeddy! the I'm scared you're not sleeping Zeddy raid. Thank you very much for the raid, Zeddy. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you had a good stream, man. I'm sleeping just a weird. Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Whenever I see you at this time, Zeddy, I'm like, wait, finished streaming at this time? This is EU hours. Shout out to Zeddy, guys. I'm sure you know who he is, but honestly, every time you guys ask me something that's related to Hearthstone news, standard, decks, all of these things, I always point to Zeddy. And there he is, right there, straight up in the flesh. Drop him a follow, okay? Thank you, man. Welcome in. We are playing a Giga High Roll DK. I kind of want to hide this right here, okay? Don't look at it, okay, chat? Damn, I can't hide it. Just don't look at the bottom of the deck, okay, chat? Too few cards. Yeah, so we're basically trying to help the earlier game of the deck. What was I doing? We're thinking of removing Death Growl, we said, right? One Death Growl is in. And then we're thinking about one Maker. Let's see, Whelp, Death Growl, Double Right, Keychain, Astro, Double Blackwing, Buck, Dwarven for Wand. I could. Double Command, Dreadhound, Necrotic. We haven't played Necrotic. What about Silk Stitching? Silk Stitching for Wand. Silk is just interesting with like Yodel and Death Growl. I want Baron, maybe I want Dwarven, Double Hardcore Sunwell, I want Chef, Cool Ghoul, Remorse, and I want all of this. This is just insane. The thing about Death Growl is it was really good with like Chef and stuff. Sunwell for 1. Thing about Wand is it's a good one, but it's kind of bad curve, right? Like Sunwell is actually solid on 3 to trade, you know? Let's see, I'm almost tempted to Astro or Silk Stitching, but I think we're doing this. If I'm removing Death Growl, I think I remove Silk Stitching. Let's try this. And we just got scammed anyway, though. As can always happen.
The time for battle draws nigh.
A druid at this part of the game? See, now I think about keeping Remorseless. But I think hitting a good 1, 2, 3 is better. How did it lose? Any deck can lose. My deck gets really, really good on 6. What happens on 2, 3, 4, 5 is quite impactful, right? You can have 20 Shadows of Yesterday. If you're losing by turn 4, you're losing, right? No Shadows brings you back. Like this. Like this looks like I'm gonna lose, for example. So I actually hero power it right here. So I can actually cultist it. Arutha, Milo, Adoy, thank you very much for the reset, my man.
Surprise! Let's go!
That sucks. Okay. The AoE is a saving grace here. Like, this draw is so much better than Shadows right now. Because otherwise I'll lose. I will say though, what the hell? It's Drafted Imp is what?
Chosen by Amatis herself.
I'm actually kind of confused. Not even sure whether I hero power. Is Blackwing hero power better than Ghoul? I think it might be. I just want to stop the damage. Could be, Marion. Like, I had Scorpid, right? I think with the AoE draw, though, that was super lucky. We're kind of in a much better position. Now I think I still Stitchensew, and then we Shadows, and then we maybe Deathrattle or something. I guess I could Dwarven and Dragon Breath. Nah, let's go Stitch. What's a Druid going to do? Silence? Druid doesn't have silence, right? I'm going Ton. Just more stats. And I'll go more stats with Scam. Dude, Talungi's last 10 plus Death Girl. Hello, Flo. I'm alright, man. I'm alright. Coroner. Well, the Coroner isn't active yet. All of the love today again. That is pretty good. No rush. But man, they have to kill this, and this is gonna kill them, right? Like, I think we keep. Because I get a taunt here. Thank you as well for the raid, Luda. I appreciate you coming over the support, man. Get a shout here as well. How was your stream today, Luda? Got the huge raid from Zeddy as well. Super early, actually. Usually, I feel like there aren't many people who stream before me. Feels like too early for EU and too late for NA, you know? Is that your stack Talungi? Yeah, for sure. Did a really difficult competition, was super nice. Nice to hear, man. You up to a good start? Me? I mean, I basically high rolled off my nuts. I think that's the saying in Maltese. Go, Lude. I appreciate the raid, man. Go enjoy the sun.
I have ascended in her name.
Killing the poison, stopping the damage. Like, seeing their 4-5 trade into my Wind Fury because they're scared of dying. I mean, 3, 6, 10, 13. Just... This is a just in case. Thank you very much, Luda. Appreciate the raid, man. Have a good day. See, now they want to kill the Wind Fury, but the Wind Fury give me... I mean, I'm sorry, Jared. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I honestly think, though, if I didn't hit the cultist on 3, we would not be in this situation. I'm not saying I'd be losing, but I could be way lower on health. My shadows would be dead. I wouldn't be able to play Talanging's last stand. Instead... GG. I think that 3 was actually game winning. Is this even enough? Like, is this enough?
Anybody?
This deck is a war crime. I mean... this deck feels horrible.
Darian Mograine versus Garrosh.
I don't think their deck was better, Grasshopper. It's like, I actually don't think that Rogue's deck was better. Right? I actually don't think the Rogue's deck was better. I think they had many hits in a row, right? Have I even played Necrotic Mortician? I'm almost tempted to keep. I want better stats. Yeah, it happens, for sure. For someone not to high roll 12 times in a row is difficult. See, I can look for better curve. Mainly, I'd be looking for Buccaneer, a 1-drop, and Handler. But I think I'm taking this play. Oh, I got a farmhand from it. You're right, actually, Jimmy. Damn, I did play it once. Early 4 shadows, never lucky. I mean, exactly.
Everybody needs a casket.
Yo, it's a Resher, thanks for the 150. That is pretty good. And I use my coin. Ooh, El Victor Nefar. Craft a custom on the dragon. If you're holding a dragon, which I will be, reduce the creation's cost by 3. This is the legendary I haven't drafted yet. It's not that good but fun. But playing it next turn on 3 and trying to find something to play should be good, right? Okay, we are in trouble here though. Especially since I've used the coin. So reduce the creation's cost by 3. So we're looking for a 4 cost somehow. Well, I mean, it's also the better. This is 5, right? More health, discover a 1 cost. Or less health, draw remorseless.
I must consider.
Close. Torch.
Tough as a torch.
Oh, that's Oregon. Can't even afford this. I think what I need is more board. Quickly. I saw Rogue yesterday that went coin Thistletea into double planted into double herald. It's crazy because Thistletea is usually a slow card, but what they did is lose 2 mana and then gain 4. I mean, I'm going second to this, right? Like, there is something I can try to do, but it looks like it's over because everything they did came with this 5/5, right? We got the Magic Temple. You think we can still win? My issue is this 5/5 right here. It's just been pushing 5.
Forms of life will be crushed.
Something I could have done is not coin early, for example. Now, this is crazy. I haven't actually played Thori. I mean, it's just absolutely nothing else, right? The server must have disconnected, Yogi. It's the only minion. Go down, just save us. I mean, yeah, my opponent is only 9 mana and 30 health ahead. Remember, I'm going second, so I needed initiative there.
This world is a fire to its glory.
Let's swarm you up.
That's a hit. That's actually super good. My issue is they have a torch. Like, they just torch, right?
Forms of life will be crushed. Planetary decimation.
Now this, I think, is very down to the deck, by the way. As opposed to the rogue. Alright, we redraft. I don't want any of these cards. Yeah, going first was huge. Mining casualties is big in this deck. I want these cards. Eulogizer, if anything. Man, I feel like Mixologist has fallen, but maybe it's better than like an Archaeologist or a Sunwell. We'll pick it and we'll see. Interesting. Do I need Fae? I probably don't, right? It's just too bad on 3, even though it helps me draw shadows. Over Dwarven, maybe? I mean, it's the pick here, I think, right? Unless I want Necrolite, though. Necrolite can help me contest early, because Fae is slow, right? Necrolite is a 4/4, 2-mana 4/4. They were good earlier on in the run, Cappy. So you win late if you live early, hence why I'm thinking about the Necrolite. Neither of them, I might just ignore both of them, by the way, but I'm kind of on a decision here. But that's my thinking, Savelin, basically. I mean, not necessarily, but more likely. I think Necrolite might be better than a few other things. I do have Death Growl, though. Let's try this. Hey, AGM. Mining's going in. That I'm pretty sure about. Hey, Gecko. So I think Whelp, Death Growl, double right keychain stays. I think double Blackwing stays, Brittle stays, double Command, Dreadhound, Mining, Necrotic. I'm not sure about Wand and Astro. Wand and Astro, I'm not sure. I want Baron. I want double Cultist, I want Chef. Sunwell and Dwarven. Dwarven might be worse than Sunwell in this deck. Get rid of that. Wand always gives you a 1 cost when you play it. Stupid 1 cost. Always keeping shadows. I think Talanji, Stitchensew, Yodel, Remorse. The issue with this is Kulgo is kind of like my only 4. You're saying Mixologist instead? Mixologist instead of Kulgul. I think I prefer Mixologist to Fey Trickster. So I don't want Sizzling, I don't want Eulogizer. We're saying Archaeologist is out. Yeah, Mix is kinda a 4. Kulgul is sticky though as well, which means it has pluses for Command Claw, Death Growl, Talanji. We back to 3 months ago. I'm not sure I've ever drafted 5 shadows. What do you mean? You used to draft 5 shadows? I don't think I've ever drafted more than 2. I don't think I need Fae. What I need is a better early contention. No, I prefer Sunwell. Basically, I don't want to play Astrobiologist on 2. I need to play something that trades up. I don't want a 2-2. They play a 2-3. They trade in. They now have a 2-1. Now I play a 3-4. They play a 3-4. Now they kill my 3-4. I fall behind, fall behind, fall behind, fall behind, fall behind, fall behind. By the time I play Shadows, my Shadows isn't winning. It's catching up how much I've already fallen behind. Sizzling, really? I don't know about that. I prefer Whelp and Keychain because of the refillability for Curve Help, Matty. I don't think I want to remove another 2 for another 1. I don't think the deck has the draw capability. I'm thinking about 1 Maker and Astro, so I could remove a 1 Maker and Astro, but they really have really good upside. I could see Kulgul for Mixologist though, but Mixologist needs to hit, right? But there are some really good hits. 2 AoEs, namely deal 3, draw a card, freeze, gain 4 armor in a pinch. But now I'm thinking about Kulgul versus one of my 2s, namely Wand Maker or Astro. Yeah, it's not very good. But if they're trading, I'm getting to Shadow, Astrobiologist. Because I'm a Death Knight is the thing, right? Bad breakpoints. Thing is, it's sticky, and they don't want to trade into it, which gives me better Shadows and better Talangis. The thing about Mixologist is, like I said, for all of those upsides are win more upsides. So Kulgul is better for my Death Growl, for my Talanji's Last Stand, for stickiness, for the deathrattle splits, all of these things. On the other hand, Mixologist is, if I'm losing, I can find AoE, I can find 3 damage, I can find board freeze, I can find 4 armor, or I can find card draw to find an answer. So the upside of Mixologist is for when I'm losing, whereas the upside of Kulgul is for when I'm winning. That's the difference. Yeah, I think I do this. Sticky Knight does not win more. So I'm talking about the upsides that I mentioned, right? You just told me, you mentioned a bunch of upsides. The upsides were because of it being sticky. Those upsides are win more. Kulgul is not win more. It's the upsides that are win more. I think I stick to this. My deck has this to win. Yodel, Stitch, Talanji, Shadows. I need to just make sure I'm not falling behind. Like against that Druid, Mixologist instead of Cultist would have also saved me, and Kulgul would never have. Yeah, Sunwell is just a 3 for the same reason. I think I prefer to this. I don't like that enough, Matty.
The time for battle draws nigh.
These are all good. This is not the hand. These are not the cards I want. They're very good cards, but they're not the cards I want. Better, better, great, better, perfect. That's the card I want. Keeping coin is also excellent in this deck. A 3-4 Sunwell does that better to me. Especially since, Matty, I feel like you're more likely to draw quote-unquote dead. You're saying a 1 plus a 2? Your Curve Pillar costs 2 cards. Do I have 2 cards? I would take Panner over Astellar, you know. Maybe. Now against a 4-1, it's a little make 2 cards, less excuses. What?
I must consider.
I can't even answer because I can't understand it. I'll just play Sunwell. I do have quite a bit of 2-drops. I agree, Matty. Like in this situation, sure, but you make this another Shadows and now I'm stuck. Because sure, Necrozing another 2-drop, but also I can't play it. Yeah, there's some awkwardness around it. You just confused me, man. That's it.
Everybody needs a castle.
I think I take Chow. Moss Binding is great because it does so much for one card, huh? Do it again.
Together, we are
I'm going first, stole my Stitchensew rogue. I have a couple of juicy high rolls though of myself. What's the die gift? Oh no, they didn't combo it.
Lost to time.
I will transcend this world.
Set sail for sails.
Okay, they do go for the trade though. This is great. That is not great. Do the rush poison. Double sticky. Double tongue with Winfrey. I feel like I could do better. But the thing is, I have no rush and I don't want rush. And I mostly don't want to take 7. That's what I don't want.
Lost to time.
It's more important for me to not take 7 and have refill. And I have 2 stickies, so it's actually not too bad. I could do much worse for sure. I want rush only if it's with poison. Ooh, Soldier of Sinister Quality Assurance, Athletic Studies, Cooking. Oh boy! Oh my god, let them do this for free! Okay. Man's cooking! I don't like this now. Triple Wind Fury, but they're taunted. It's irrelevant, right? Like, this one's good, but these 3 are not good.
Lost to time.
I'd rather keep a sticky one and kill one off. This is Mana Thirst 8, right? The second one to gain or whatever. It's a good athletic. I don't think there was any guarantees there. Guaranteed? It was guaranteed. Now I feel really...
Lost to time. Lost to time.
You don't need to finale. You Astellar Cult is the 5-4 with Wait, no, it's not guaranteed. Oh, you Claw take 5. You Cultist face, it is. Thanks for the watch streak, Eureka. That's a misplay. Hey, you've got your friends here? I'm scared now, it's Napo.
You fool.
They made a misplay as well. I personally would have Gorisha Stingered my own wasp, swung in, coined another stinger, killed both. Because they were just about to swing the game.
You're here to learn. I will teach. The time for battle draws nigh.
Job's done.
They soaked my mouse.
My blood boils for war.
Now what? You wear Buck, chat, instead of Astro. Astro is so easy for them to kill. Just any coin. Now I'm stuck.
Eyes on the horizon.
Thank you for the follow as well, Requilax. I'm a little scared already, but I have Cultist. I think playing this so that I can get a better command club potentially, or Cultist potentially, is better than Astro. Unless they just fully pop, planted into nature, into something blah blah and get the kill, then I wish I played Astro, obviously. I just thought it's very difficult for them to...
I may be old, but I'm not slow.
I thought this might not be holy. Okay, well then.
Lightborn is killing it.
We might have forced them to that situation though. Hey Zelda, that was a pretty good start. Rosa Red, that's what they say. Highroll DK Arena. That's the one, buddy. Hero power. Yeah, this is a high roll. This is a high roll for sure, buddy. Astro Clono.
Sweet Lisa. I am working.
It's 5 more than you got. Hey, a carbonated beverage. Welcome back. Thank you for the follow. 5, yeah. That's 3 more than I've ever had, my man. A high roll on 4 sticks.
My blood boils for war.
Ew. But I want Chow down, but
I must consider.
I need to hit Shadows in order for Chow down to be active, so it's a risk. But I think I should hit Shadows. Get hero power for the full clear and play Sunwell. Feels fine. I was getting worried. I mean, that's the thing, right, with the deck. You should trust that it's going to happen, right? This also means I'm not using Rite of Atrocity, which means I might have more corpses here. Aquatic. So it could be an Aviana. Or a smart player. Wait, shaping. That was their aquatic. So I guess they're really looking. I honestly think playing the Brittlebone Buccaneer on 2 made them go too far out early. The fact that they went planted into nature, into coin, into forest gift, into seedlings all early, it was a lot. Obviously this card is great, but the Sunwell was also really good with the hero power swing for the clear there. This Divine Shield is protecting a poison and other stuff. Take to the skies? Okay, we have to be scared though, chat. This is a 10-win druid, there's a reason, obviously, right? Plot, infused? Infused. I mean this. And this. This. Interesting. Feels like just on the border of keep. But it also means I probably right here. Like I want to push face. probably ignore this then. So I can either ignore it and write or double trade and keychain. Killing it kills 9 damage to their face is the thing. Instead of 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. You ever do like a half chowdown? Bonk this. And you summon 3 instead of 5. Ew. With hero power, ignore these 2.
Lost to time.
Game ends next turn, it's alright. I have 2 sticky, 3 sticky, right? The Sunwell, like that Sunwell keep in the redraft, it's so paid off in this game.
Change is coming.
That's not, I mean, I guess Fumigate. Bonk, bonk, bonk. A Fumigate might save them for a turn, actually. Unless I find charge or damage. But they also have to find 2 sources of damage, right? 5. So that could actually save them, right? Fumigate into lifesteal. Right now, Death Knight, Mage. Yeah, into I-Beam, right, Cappy? Fumigate into I-Beam. They'd be at... yeah. I can see it. Wow! Talks about skill but drafts 5 shadows. Game is only luck. Who plays and watches this crap game anymore? Literally only luck nowadays. Game is dead. Nobody watches this game. Spends 2 hours talking about skill, but just plays 5 shadows. Brain dead game. Can't wait for it. Spoken from the person watching the video, by the way. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think about whether I want a coin here.
Be swift.
I want to say no, because I just need to draw 1 more shadows.
Eyes on the horizon.
Damn it! If only I coined. That was my chatter voice. I have 2 costs in a coin. I coin turn 1 90% of the time. Coining 2 costs is typically the worst jump you can make. It's alright depending on your deck, but this deck wants to coin shadows into shadows 90% of the time. I'd rather fall behind a 2-drop and gain shadows ahead in 3 turns, 2 turns even. If you're holding a 1-drop and you coin 2 into 2, that's 100% not the right play, I would say. Ooh, Death Grab. Good find. Yeah, this is a card I was looking for, Cryo Frozen.
Everybody needs a cast.
Yo. I think I need this to contest their legendaries soon. I don't really want 2 2s on this board. I'm gonna trade because I need to coin shadows. Astro might give me shadows or Talanji's last stand for the turn after. I need 1 like slam dunk board, or else I'm gonna start getting screwed. I feel they're 1 frost for sure.
You'll see a rare specimen.
Fairy Tale is free draws good. Erupting is Not super good, depending on whether it hits the Divine Shield right now. That hit is huge, because now I can't kill the 4/5. Obviously, I can get a rush, but... Ciao. Remorse. I will take the risk. I mean, there's a rush, but the rest of it is not good. Double Wind Fury Lifesteal not behind turn. We rewind. This dies to like a Remorseless. It's just not good enough. Even if I don't get a rush, it's fine. Now that... I'll trade. The trade protects a Wind Fury or a Poison, and it burns their card anyway. Really glad I rerolled. I should. I better draw shadows. That was the whole point of the game. I still don't think I'm in a good position though, by the way. That's why I took right though, because I expected this to happen. Yeah, sure.
Be swift.
Shaking us stud.
It was a misplay. Punished. Hey, Astley Coxel. Welcome in, thanks for the follow. I mean, not the super biggest misplay, but I think I would have rather pushed an extra 2-face there. Ooh, that's a solid hit, especially with this draw. Falling behind already. Shadows would be insane right here. That's why I took this. Baron. I'm scared of like going all out with this essentially. Feels so punishing. I don't think Baron is it.
I must consider.
Together, we are strong.
You don't pick the ones.
To ash!
I mean, I could have guaranteed it on the one maker, but I don't think it's relevant, to be honest. Shadows where? Yeah, maybe coining 2 was better. I mean, truthfully, coining 2 was better with hindsight, but keeping the coin because you expect to coin shadows is actually the better play. It paid off in all 13 other games, right? This is just a game where it didn't.
The lower still guide me.
I'm scared of going chow down stitched when it's like my all out.
Here. Now more than ever.
My blood boils for war.
Yeah, they play experimental animation. That's it, my board's gone and everything's gone. But we have to, right? I just don't have much more going for me, and I wish I could have done the Mixologist special, but I think I want to go ahead now. I could have waited one turn and done like some Baron Cultist play, and then done the Mixologist special with my Chowdown to play around experimental animation. But what it does is it also gives them a turn to get ahead on board, and I'd have to value trade my Chowdown, and all of the value trades plus the 2 health mean I still lose to experimental animation. Well, not lose, but my board dies. So I'd rather get out a turn early to give them one less draw to find it. Oh, this is just this is an I'm risking it kind of play. It's like a soft block stalemate, yes. 5, 10, least heal. 4, like there's a lethal. If I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm just gonna start ripping. I feel like it's lethal.
The wand picks you. My sword is killing it! Fancy move.
Fancy moves. Well, I would be dismayed if this deck didn't go 12. But, as we were saying, as good as the deck was, first of all, there's always bigger fish in the sea. I think that warrior was clearly bigger fish. And there's always some scammy stuff, that rogue. But this deck was an absolute high roll. Like, I said it during the draft. I said, oh my god, the shadows. Oh my god, another shadows already. Holy crap, 3 shadows, this is giga high roll. And I'm like, no, this is funny at this point. 4 shadows is impossible. 5 shadows, comical levels. That warrior was drafted. Those were drafted. Drawn well and drafted, Germany, all together, right? I mean, the only thing I'll have to say is a high roll deck obviously carries itself somewhat, but that doesn't mean you can't play it better. I think given the enemies we face, you know, if you don't play well, this deck might actually get stopped before 12. So just a few little things that I spoke about during the run. The redrafts, the mulligans, and the way I played, all about making sure I don't fall behind to be able to do the shadows in the most dominant position was the game plan. Mulliganing away shadows, keeping Sunwell, keeping Chef, Death Growl, Yodel, keeping Draw, finding more 2s, keeping Buccaneer, tempoing it, all of these things. Looking for my 1s aggressively, even over shadows. Yeah, good run. Dose bonus to top it off, like I said. Easy peasy. Come on, I called it before I clicked start stream. Okay. We'll hide this. We'll hide this. And we got the dose bonus! Good run, hope you enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, go do a little outro. Been posting a lot of different class 12s, some high roll decks, some fun decks, some low roll decks, some good classes, some bad classes. Let me know in the comments what you enjoy, what you like, whether you like the new editing style or not. Something. Hope you're enjoying the runs either way. That's it.